Hey y'all, this is Keisha from Lorraine's Treats and Things. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey you guys, today I'll be making some citrus shortbread cookies. This is an easy recipe. It calls for 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 sticks of butter, which is a half a cup of butter, unsalted, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of flavoring. I'm using the flavor from the juice from an orange and the juice from a lemon, and also a little vanilla flavor, 1 teaspoon only. All combined should equal 1 teaspoon. I'm only going to use a half a teaspoon in the video, but I did add the another half a teaspoon off camera. Also, a half a cup of sugar. This is a shortbread cookie, so the fat content needs to be more than the sugar. So I'm just going to sift together my flour and my salt. Now, you should probably use kosher salt, is the best salt to use when baking, but this is what I had, so this is what I used. And I'm just going to sift those together. You can sift as many times as you want, or you don't have to sift at all. I just decided to sift at least one time using a mesh sieve. Now, it wasn't like the best mesh because the holes were still not as tiny as I would wanted them to be. But yeah, so like I said, half a cup of sugar. And this is not really a real sweet cookie, but it has enough sweetness in it. And I'm going to zest. Now, I did add more zest to mine. I'm going to say I probably, excuse me, I probably added more, maybe I'm going to say half of that orange of zest. So half of an orange zest from a half of orange, or if it's a smaller orange, you could probably zest the whole orange and use that. And then I'm going to use a small lemon. Now I'm going to zest this whole lemon and use that because I just wanted enough citrus in mine. And yeah, so I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to, here I go with my flavoring. Now you can always use lemon flavoring, orange flavoring, that's in the little extracts. You can always do that, but I decided I wanted the fresh orange and lemon flavor. So I'm only using half in here, but I did use a whole teaspoon. And I'm just going to put my butter in the mixer. 2 sticks of unsalted butter. If you use salted butter, you should not ever use salted butter when baking anyway. But if you do, don't add salt because it's going to be too salty. But you want to cream this till it's till the butter and the sugar actually comes together. And it should not take that long to do. You actually can do this with a hand mixer, which I probably would prefer, but mine's broke, so that's the only reason why I didn't use it. But because this mixer that I have is I'm trying to think of the name of the mixer. It's Hamilton Beach. It's a good mixer, but I wanted to go all the way to the bottom. So that's the only thing, is that sometimes it don't touch. It depends on how many ingredients, because this is a small batch of cookies. To me, it's a small batch, but it's not that many ingredients, so it don't go all the way to the bottom. That's what I don't like about it. But other than that, I mean, it's okay, And I did add more zest than this because I only put a little at first. And then when I had poured my dough out onto the counter on my my mat, I did add more orange and lemon zest to it. So that's why I told you a half of that big orange, a half orange of zest, and that small lemon, the whole thing. And yeah, because but if it's a small orange, then you can use the whole thing of zest. I mean, if it's citrus, it needs to taste like that. So, and this is a very light shortbread. It's not heavy. It's not. To me, it's very light, and it has a nice amount of moisture to it. Now you know shortbread does have that sand texture to it. It's not. I think it's in the sand family too. The sand, you know, they have different cookie categories, and I believe the shortbread is in that category of like a sand style cookie because you have that texture. But yeah, so if your ingredients are not mixing like you want them to, you should always go in your bowl and scrape the bottom, the sides, or whatever, like I'm doing, and to make sure they're mixing well. And when you add your flour, you just want to get it till it's just combined, not till it's mixed, thoroughly or nothing like that, because you don't want to overmix. And you're going to pour it onto your mat or your parchment paper or whatever, or your clean counter. If you have a clean counter, you clean your counter really good and make sure it's dry. Put the flour on there and do it like that. So you can use your counter, parchment paper, or the baking mat, not the baking mat, but the mat that I have on there, as you're going to see shortly. But yeah, you just add your flour, and I'm changing the speed on my mixer because it seemed like the faster my speed, the higher the speed, it's coming together better than it was slower. So as you can see, it did not mix all the way. It just came together. This is how it should look when you pour it out onto your mat or parchment paper or just on your counter that's lightly floured. Now I didn't lightly flour this because I knew I had it hadn't mixed all together yet, so I really didn't need it at this point. But you probably should lightly flour it before you pour it out onto your surface. So we're just going to bring this together, basically, because we're going to try to make a ball. You can make a ball or a disc or whatever, because this is going to go in the fridge or the freezer for about, I'm going to say like a good 20 minutes, just so that butter can stay cold. I would suggest not putting it in the freezer because it's going to get too hard, and then you're going to have to work it again to bring it to temperature so you can actually be able to shape it. So put it in the fridge for 20 minutes. You can cover it up with saran wrap if you would like, and then take it out, and then you're going to roll it out into your desired thickness and cut out or slice. You can roll it into a roll, and then you can just slice the roll if you would like, or you can use cookie cutters or any type of cutter you want. Now, I couldn't find my round cutter. I thought I had it, but I couldn't find it. So what I used is a shot glass, and it came out, it was the proper size for me. So sometimes if you don't have the necessary tools, you got to use what you have and be creative. And that's what I did here. So see how they came together? And I really didn't even need any flour because it's not even sticking like really to the surface. So this dough feels really nice. So to me, I'm satisfied of the texture and everything. It's working for me. And you guys, I decided to do citrus. I love citrus in desserts, and I love it in food too. But you can do this cookie any kind of way. You can add chocolate. You can do so many different things, so many different flavors. Poppy seed. You can do thyme, rosemary. It just depends on what you want to do with your shortbread cookies. This is a simple recipe. This is very, very easy. Like literally very easy to do. And you should try this recipe. I'm sure you will enjoy it like my family did. And you can use cookies to gift people with. You can put it in so many different things. I had an idea, but as you're going to see at the end of the video, I didn't show the other part because the bags that I had were too short. So the idea that I had as a gift idea did not work. It did not come together, but I did something, but it was not what I wanted to do, but I still shared it. So now I'm just, I've gotten my cookies out of the fridge and I'm going to roll this dough out. Now I did put mine in the freezer because there was no space in the fridge. So I put mine in the freezer. And because I did that, one side is too hard. So now I have to work it a little bit to get it to the point where I can be able to work with it, where it's pliable or whatever. Now this is my fondant roller actually that I'm using because I didn't feel like using a big old rolling pin. And I had a smaller one. I had two smaller ones, but I had gave them while I was in school. I had gave them both to someone. And then I had a black one. It was like plastic, but I didn't like the way the handles moved too much. So I just ordered a small one, a small rolling pin from Amazon. So I haven't gotten it yet, but hopefully it will come today actually. But this video is going out today, so yeah, you probably will see the next time I make cookies, you probably will see that small rolling pin. So I decided to cut this in half because it'll be a lot easier. And you guys, you do not have to, you can make this dough and then wrap it in cellophane wrap. Then I will put that in a freezer bag that's airtight. And you probably can keep this dough, I don't know, probably up to a month, honestly, if it's wrapped good. And then you could just thaw it out as you need it. You don't have to use the whole thing, unless you need to use it. Like me, only use half, and I'm probably going to use the rest today to give to my daughters. But yeah, so I'm just trying to work the dough to get it to a nice temperature so that I can actually roll it out and shape it. So this will not happen if you just put it in the refrigerator instead of the freezer. Don't put it in the freezer, put it in the refrigerator. So then you should not have any issues like this. But this is okay. We getting there. It's still going to work. So I'm almost there. I'm almost there. It's starting to come together nicely. And I always have some extra flour around. So if it sticks or something like that, then you just put a little flour on there. Not a whole lot. Just dust it. And you won't have the problem with the sticking or anything. And this is not a sticky dough either. It's not a sticky dough at all. It's soft. It's very, very nice. And the whole thing, and even when we shape our cookies, we're still going to put it back in the refrigerator for another 15, 20 minutes because you want that butter to be cold when it goes in the oven. You do not want the butter to seep out the cookies, or it's just too soft. The dough is too soft when it goes in the oven because it's just all it's going to melt and spread out. That's not what you want. You want it to keep its shape, and you want that butter to stay inside. So you want the butter to be cold when it goes in the oven. So, because once you make your shapes, you put it in the fridge for another 15, 20 minutes. You take it out and you put it in the oven right away. And I believe mines were in there on 325 for about 12 minutes. So you just want it to be golden brown. You really don't want the entire cookie to be brown. It's just supposed to be slightly golden brown on the sides and the edges, you know. But honestly, I wish I would have took mine out at 10 minutes because mine's got a little darker than I wanted on the edge, because I remember when I was in school, they was like, yeah, we don't want to see no color. Like literally, they want the cookie just to be just the color of that dough and that's it. Well, it'll be like whiter in the oven, but you know, they don't really like color on it. So even when we would make like cornbread muffins or something like that, yeah. You know how when you're at home you get that brown? No. Not in school. They do not want to see that color. They could wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's early in the morning. But they consider that color to be like it's overcooked. Like it shouldn't be that color or whatever. So I would say a good 10 minutes for the perfect cookie. But it also depends on your oven. So if you were doing a 350 degrees, I would say, and they're this small or whatever, I probably would cook mine for maybe 8 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes, yeah. They don't take long to cook at all. I can't even believe I'm using a shot glass. And you see this little bubble right here? All you have to do is press that bubble out. Now, I didn't even realize that bubble was there till after it was baked already. But if you see this little bubble right here in this front cookie, then just press it out. And that bubble is there because of the glass that I'm using. So, because if you use that a glass like me, then you almost can hear the suction. So that bubble is there because of that. But all you have to do is just press it out and it'll be fine. So yeah, when you run out of space, you just for your cutouts, you just take the rest of that dough and shape it back out and use it to make more cookies. It's that simple. You can do this in any shape you want to, or slices, whatever you desire. It's that type of dough. And this is good. Like this silicone mat is good for, like if you making a pie shell or something, because it has the measurements and the circles and everything like that. So this is good for that too. But I need another one because this is ripped. I've had this one for I don't know, about 4 years. But I just took them out the fridge and now I'm about to put them in the oven, and this is them out of the oven. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming by. I hope you come by to see me again, as I will have some other videos that are coming up shortly. And this is the idea. This is not the idea I had, but this is still was cute though. If you wanted to give this to somebody, you put it in a cellophane wrap bag, you know, something small. It's really cute. You're out of this world. Really cute gift. and the cookies are there. You can wrap them up or whatever. But anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Keisha from Lorraine's Treats and Things. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and share my video. I will see you guys next time. And look at these beautiful cookies. See the brown on the edge? You really don't want that, so just cook it at a lesser time. Bye.